What's up, action takers? Today we're going to be talking about mental hurdles you have to overcome in order to work out. How's it going? I'm Dr. Tank PharmD, board certified practicing pharmacist and personal health coach, helping action takers like you take back control of their lives in a structured format. Now I have to say, although I am a specialist in medicine treatment, I'm not your specialist. So if you have any questions concerning your condition, see your doctor. Let's get into it. Sometimes the mental barriers that you have to overcome are far greater than the physical barriers there are. The first mental barrier that you have to overcome is the thought that you are too tired to work out. Now, a lot of things can get you tired. Like, have you ever been super tired just from watching TV all day? Or have you been tired from laying in bed all day? That shows you that you expend energy no matter what you do in life. The question is, what do you want to spend your energy on? Let's face it, there are going to be days where you're too tired to work out. Too tired to do a full-blown body workout. Cardio, weights, and calisthenics, stretching, and all that's involved. But guess what? You could do a little bit of work. That's all it really takes. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Every day, work out for at least 2 minutes. I know that when I'm super busy and I can't work out that day for a full-blown workout, I try to squeeze in a 2-minute workout. That includes like light work or band work or even just light weights. This helps me retain that habit. One of the biggest mistakes I see with new lifters is they think they're too tired to work out, so they just skip one day and that'll be okay. But that's not. When you're an experienced lifter, after years of lifting, the day off is not only okay, but it's good for you because it allows your body to recover. If you're a new lifter though, a day off means you've broken the habit and you have to get back on that horse. If not, it results in you completely giving up your workouts. What I would recommend as a person new to working out is that you spend at least 2 minutes a day doing some form of exercise. They say that showing up is half the battle, but the other half is putting in the work. Even if you put a minimal amount of work, just do it. It only takes 2 minutes a day, and I'm sure you've got that to spare. In addition, the pride of accomplishment you get provides great motivation for you. It provides the positive mental energy that you need in order to push you forward and keep you going, which provides you with more energy. The second mental hurdle you have to overcome is the thought that you don't have time to work out. We all are busy in life. We all have our priorities. The question is, though, is how much of a priority is it to you to work out and be healthy? Because if you live healthy, you live a longer life. How important is it to you to see your family grow up? You don't have to work out for hours every day. You only really require half an hour of workouts a day on average to sustain yourself. Or you can maintain the momentum by starting off with 2 minutes a day of working out. One of the things you can do to overcome this mental barrier is combine tasks. Let's say you want to watch TV, but you gotta work out too. Well, what you can do is you could set your workout machine in front of your TV or vice versa. This allows you to not only get your workout in, but you can enjoy your show as well. In addition, one of the most powerful things you could do to build better relationships with the people around you is spend time with them. And what better way to enhance that relationship than to do physical activity together? You could spend time with your friends and go for a walk. Or you could spend time with your children playing outside. You could go for a run with your significant other. These things not only bind you by spending time together, but it binds you guys by having physical activity and memories together. And what's more important in life than the people around you and the relationships with them? One of the most important things about making time for working out is scheduling it. And you want to make sure you schedule an exact time. Because if you're just scheduling it for later today never actually comes. You have to make the time for it every single time you want to work out. If you don't schedule it, it doesn't happen. How many times have you thought, oh, I'll do it later, but you don't plan a time for something, and it never actually happens? So definitely put a schedule on it and make an exact time for when you're going to work out. Another mental hurdle you have to overcome to work out is the thought of losing momentum. And I've talked about this earlier when I said that you have to put in the work every day. You can't skip one day when you're new to it. If you're new to working out, you haven't built that momentum to keep going yet. So one day off results in you falling off track if you don't jump back on the horse as quickly as possible. The way you overcome the loss of momentum is you put in the work every day. Even if it's just for 2 minutes a day for working out, at least you put in the work. Because showing up again is just half the battle. Another mental hurdle you have to overcome is the lack of knowledge. There's a ton of information out there. Some of it's good and some of it's bad. Some of it may work for you and some of it may not. Even for me, as an experienced lifter for years, I've forgotten some workouts that are very beneficial, and I forget about them because there's so much out there. You could read books, you could watch videos online. You could also talk to your friends who work out. All people who work out tend to like other people who want to work out with them. I know when I started working out, there were a lot of people who helped me along the way. People who gave me advice to try different things. Some of it worked and some of it didn't. One thing to keep in mind is that weightlifting is not the same across the board. You got your bodybuilders, you got your powerlifters, your CrossFitters, and strongmen. All of them train for very specific purposes. It's important that you try these things and see what works out for you. One of the big mistakes I see is that people get shiny object syndrome when it comes to a training program. They'll start a program that's supposed to last 12 weeks, but then they get bored of it halfway through, and then they switch to a different program. As they're working on that one, they see a new program that's targeted very specifically, and they want to try that one, and they skip the second program. The problem with this is that when you're stopping a program midway, you don't get the full benefits of it. And that's the problem with a lot of people, is that they go through a program, cut through midway, don't get the results the program is intended to give, and they get frustrated with it. My suggestion is to use full body programs that target multiple muscles at once. These programs should incorporate weights and cardio at the same time. Use this program to build a solid foundation as you target your specific sport. One of the biggest mental hurdles I see is that people don't realize the purpose of their working out. When you're working out, you're doing it to improve yourself so that you could live longer. If you're afraid of people judging you by the way you live or the things you eat, does it really matter? Who cares what they think if they're not effective in your life? This is your life. This is your choice. This is your opportunity to make things better for yourself. And it's not just for selfish means. People who think working out is a very selfish motive are wrong. And that's a big mistake. Because if you work out, you're improving your life so that you could live longer. And when you live longer, you're helping support the people who rely on you. There are people who rely on you for emotional and financial support. If you're not around to provide that, how are their lives going to be? The long-term impact of you living healthier is that you live longer to help support these people who are important to you. So the question is, how important is your life to you, and how important is their life to you? One of the biggest mental hurdles to living a healthy life is the identity process. A lot of people don't identify themselves as healthy people. If you identify yourself as an unhealthy person, you will continue to live your life as an unhealthy person. You'll rationalize it as your identity. I've seen people make the mistake of calling themselves a fat person, and they live a fat life, and they continue living that life. They use their identity of a fat person as an excuse to continue living the life the way they live it. If you were to mentally shift your mind and say you're a healthy person, it changes everything. A healthy person doesn't do certain things. A healthy person lives their life a certain way, and a healthy person eats certain things. That's the important thing to think about. What is your identity? You can't tackle the physical behaviors without also tackling the mentality of it. For example, find the people who are important to you. Tell them you identify yourself as a healthy person. At first, they may not believe it. But if you stand by that, and identify yourself as a healthy person, they will hold you accountable. That'll also hold you accountable to living a healthy lifestyle. Working out is one of the best ways to get more energy out of life. Your body can adapt to anything. If you live a lifestyle that's very sedentary, of just sitting around and doing nothing, your body's gonna adapt to that. But if you live an active lifestyle, your body can adapt to that as well. The biggest mistake I see is that people give up in the first sign of a barrier. This shows to me how important working out or living a healthy lifestyle was to them. It must be a low priority if a single barrier has kept them from it. And that's with everything in life. If you have one barrier and you give up, it must not be that important to you. There will always be barriers and setbacks in life. How many times have you seen people lose weight only to gain it back again? It shows you that working out or living a healthy lifestyle was only important to them in that phase of their life. It wasn't a lifestyle change. It was a short-term project for them. If you identify yourself as a healthy person and live this lifestyle for the rest of your life, you can live a much longer and healthier life for you and your family. If you're struggling with implementing any of these, click below for a full webinar on how to take back control of your life. Click like if this has helped you. Click subscribe if you want to continue seeing these videos. So until next time, guys, stay healthy.